Oh, hi everybody, it's Don. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yeah, I was just wondering why the sky is not falling. Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very curious why the world has stopped, has not ceased to exist. Because, after all, a cruise ship sailed and nobody got sick. Imagine that. Nobody got sick. What's going on, everybody? That's right. The MSC Virtuoso has set sail for her second sailing. She is also an unvaccinated cruise ship. MSC is, I think, the only one sailing out of the UK that is not requiring everybody to have a vaccine before getting on board. She finished her first 7-day sailing, and lo and behold, nobody got sick. Nobody was stranded on a cruise ship. Nobody had to be evacuated. Nobody came down with the virus. The world didn't end. The world continued on as normal. Wow. But if you listen to all the people who are against cruising and everything, this is an impossibility, right? This was almost a virtual guarantee, because it's not a vaccinated cruise, that somebody was going to spread the virus to everybody on board. And yet, it didn't happen, right? It hasn't happened. So, yeah, good job by MSC. A lot of differences on that cruise ship that I watched, and I'm going, you know what? If I had a choice between an unvaccinated cruise and a vaccinated cruise, I'm probably going to choose the vaccinated cruise. But I'll do a video on that later. Another thing that happened last week, the brand new Odyssey of the Seas had 5 members test positive for COVID-19. Oh my God, isolate the ship, close it down, lock everybody in there, and yet none of that happened. None of that happened. What happened? These guys tested positive as part of their normal testing routines. They were isolated in their cabins. They were brought to a port. They were brought off to the port. They were isolated on shore. They're all asymptomatic. Nobody's sick, and the ship continued on its way. Imagine that. Imagine that. They knew what to do. They had the procedures in place, and everything worked. The only thing that didn't work is the isolation procedure before putting those crew members on board, because you're supposed to wait 14 days in isolation before getting on board. And if you didn't do that, if you did that, then how did they get the virus? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that one. But nothing really happened. The cruise ship is still on its way here. The crew members are fine. And the ship continued on its way. It didn't have to send itself out into the middle of the ocean for 14 days and wait for something to happen. The Virtuoso went for a sailing. Nobody's vaccinated on the cruise, fully vaccinated. You didn't have to ask for it. They may be vaccinated, but you didn't have to ask for it. Lo and behold, nothing happened. Nothing happened, except people had a good time on a cruise. That is what we've been trying to say all along. Will COVID eventually get its way back on a cruise ship? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's inevitable. It's in your grocery store. It's in your Max Milks. It's in... Oh, am I dating myself with Max Milks? Do they still have Max Milks? But that's what I'm saying. We are at a point now where we have to live with and figure out how to mitigate the response and keep going in society and keep going in life. And that is exactly what's proven to be able to be done with cruises wherever they've sailed now. If they follow the protocols properly, nothing has happened. We've been saying this for at least a year now. Get those protocols in place, follow the procedures, and everything will work out. And lo and behold, we've had COVID on a cruise ship, nothing happened. Nothing spread. No other crew members got sick. No other crew member. It wasn't a viral thing that went across the whole ship. You know, of 1,000 crew members. No. Isolate it, take it off the ship, everybody's fine, continued on its way. Virtuoso, non-vaccinated crews, did a cruise, nobody got sick, nobody isolated, nobody done, cruise ship didn't end, not stuck at port, not in a hotel for 45 days, nothing happened. I know a lot of people were hoping it would, because that would have made a lot of news headlines. But unfortunately, reality is, things can happen safely. You just have to do the protocols in place. Well, that's my good news story. Going in to the Friday, going into a weekend, nothing bad happened. Imagine that. The sky's not falling. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.